You've built presence. You've trained courage. You've spoken life. Now, it's time to go deeper, because every leader, no matter how disciplined, carries beliefs that shape what they see, what they feel, what they do. Some beliefs expand possibility, others shrink it. And today we confront the ones that shrink. Limiting beliefs are silent saboteurs. They operate in the background. They whisper just loud enough to hold you back, but quiet enough to remain unchallenged. I'm not good enough. I don't belong in that room. I'm not ready. Success is for others. I can't lead until I have more experience. And the tragedy. Most people live their entire lives never questioning these whispers. They mistake them for truth. They build their choices, their identity, their future on invisible walls that were never real. But you are not here to live unconsciously. You are not here to let fear shape your life. You are here to lead. And leadership begins with leading yourself through the shadows of your own mind. Today's challenge is not external, it is internal. It is to reflect deeply, honestly, on one limiting belief you still hold. One thought pattern that is no longer serving the leader you are becoming. And here is the truth. We all have them. Even the most accomplished. The question is not whether they exist. The question is whether you will lead through them or be led by them. This reflection is an act of leadership, of discipline, of presence. It requires the same courage you practiced yesterday when speaking life to a stranger. The same breathwork you practiced when training, calm under tension. The same identity work you are building, 1% stronger every day, and today, we bring that strength inward. We shine light where fear has been allowed to grow in the dark. And here's the deeper layer. Leadership requires constant self-examination. The world will reward you for moving fast, for achieving, for executing, but without deep reflection, speed becomes empty. Execution becomes reactive. Leadership becomes shallow. True leadership is built on awareness, on the ability to examine your own inner landscape with honesty and courage. Because here's the truth. Your outer results will never exceed your inner beliefs. The ceiling of your performance is the ceiling of your identity, and identity is shaped by belief. So today's reflection is not optional, it is foundational. If you are serious about becoming the leader your vision requires, you must confront the beliefs that are holding that version of you hostage. And here is why this is so powerful. Most limiting beliefs are not chosen consciously. They are absorbed from childhood, from culture, from experiences, from stories we were told, from failures we misinterpreted. And unless you question them, they remain. They dictate choices, they limit action, they shrink vision, they slow momentum. And here's what makes them dangerous. They operate in silence. You don't wake up thinking, today I'll believe I'm not worthy of leadership. But you hesitate to speak up. You pass on the opportunity. You procrastinate the pitch. You avoid the stage. You discount your own voice. And the mind rationalizes this as logic. It's not the right time. I'm not ready. I need to prepare more. But beneath these stories is often a deeper belief, one that says, I'm not enough. And the leader who never confronts this belief will forever operate beneath their potential. But you, today, are not here to avoid this work. You are here to lead it, and leading yourself through limiting beliefs is the most courageous act of leadership there is. So breathe, ground yourself, and reflect. What is one belief, one recurring thought that has kept you small, that has blocked action, that has delayed growth, that has muted your voice? See it clearly, name it, own it. Because once seen, a limiting belief begins to lose its power. It cannot operate unseen anymore. And the leader who sees clearly leads clearly. And here's another layer. When you identify a limiting belief, you reclaim choice. Because until you name it, you are controlled by it. You think you are choosing, you think you are being rational. But you are reacting from an unconscious script. One you did not write, but one you've been living. And this is where leadership begins, in rewriting that script. In choosing your beliefs consciously. in aligning them with the leader you are committed to becoming. So today is not about judgment. It is not about shame. It is about awareness. It is about seeing the invisible forces that have shaped your behavior and choosing to evolve them. Because the most powerful leaders are not the ones who have no limiting beliefs. They are the ones who see them, confront them, and choose through them. They lead themselves first, and this is your moment to do the same. So once you've named your limiting belief, breathe into it. Feel it fully. Notice where it lives in your body, the tension in your chest, the tightening in your throat, the contraction in your breath. Do not fight it. Do not shame it. Observe it with curiosity, because leadership is not about force, and it is about awareness, about leading from a grounded state, not a reactive one. And from that awareness, begin to question the belief. Is this true? Who gave me this belief? Where did I learn it? Is it serving the leader I am becoming? What is the cost of continuing to believe this? What would be possible if I released it? And here's the truth. Most limiting beliefs collapse under conscious examination. They are not built on truth. They are built on unexamined experience, on childhood interpretation, on moments of fear. And once seen clearly, they lose their grip. They lose their certainty. They lose their claim on your future. And this is why today's practice matters so deeply. Because the leadership future you are building is too important to be led by old, unchallenged stories. You are writing a new story now. 1% at a time, one breath at a time, one belief at a time. So lead this reflection with the same courage you have led every other challenge in this journey. Breathe, see, question, choose, lead. And here is where true transformation begins. Once you have named your limiting belief and questioned it, you create the space to replace it. Because nature abhors a vacuum. You cannot simply erase a belief. You must install a more powerful one in its place. And this is where leadership language matters. Because the words you choose to repeat shape the beliefs you reinforce. And beliefs drive behavior. Behavior compounds into identity. Identity determines destiny. So today's reflection does not end with naming the old belief. It continues with crafting a new one, a belief aligned with the leader you are becoming. If the old belief was, "I'm not ready," the new belief might be, "I am ready enough to begin, and I grow stronger with every action." If the old belief was, "I'm not good enough," the new belief might be, "I am enough as I am, and I am committed to constant growth." If the old belief was, "I don't belong in that room," the new belief might be, "I bring value to every room I enter, and I lead with presence." And this is not about wishful thinking, it is about leadership conditioning. Because beliefs are not reinforced by hope, they are reinforced by action. So once you choose your new belief, breathe into it, speak it aloud, anchor it in your nervous system, and then act in alignment with it, today, now. Because action is what transforms belief from concept to identity. Every time you take an action that aligns with your new belief, you cast a vote for the leader you are becoming. You wire new pathways in your brain. You expand what feels possible. You shift your default operating system. And over time, through repetition, through presence, through courage, this new belief becomes who you are. And this is the path of leadership mastery. The constant, disciplined upgrading of belief, behavior, and identity. The willingness to confront the old and choose the new. One breath at a time, and understand this. The leaders who create the greatest impact are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who have trained themselves to lead through fear, to breathe through it, to act through it, to choose presence over paralysis. And this begins here, today, with this breath, with this reflection, with this one belief. So breathe now, speak the new belief aloud, own it, act through it. You are becoming 1% stronger, one belief freer, one leader deeper every single day. And here's another dimension, so when you practice this reflection consistently, you sharpen one of the rarest leadership skills, self-honesty. Because most people avoid this work. They stay busy, they distract themselves, they chase the next tactic, the next hack, anything to avoid sitting quietly with their own beliefs. But leaders cannot afford that avoidance, because the higher you rise, the more your inner limitations will be mirrored in your outer results. Unconfronted beliefs become cultural blind spots. Personal fears become organizational patterns. Self-doubt leaks into the energy of the teams you lead. And this is why the most powerful leaders are ruthless in their self-reflection. They do not fear what they will find, because they trust their capacity to evolve through it. And that trust is built through practices exactly like this one. So when you feel resistance during this reflection, that is the signal to lean in, not pull back. When your mind says, "This belief isn't that big of a deal," question that, because the beliefs that seem small often cause the greatest leakage of power. And here's another truth. You may not fully dissolve a limiting belief in a single day. That is not the point. The point is to begin the process of leadership mastery, to shift from unconscious reaction to conscious creation, to reclaim choice where there was once autopilot. And every time you engage this process, you strengthen that muscle. You teach your nervous system, "I am the kind of leader who faces my own limits and chooses through them." And this identity, this inner strength, will serve you in every room you enter, in every challenge you face, in every opportunity you create. Because the leader who leads themselves through their own limiting beliefs is the leader who cannot be stopped, who adapts faster, who grows deeper, who leads with a clarity and confidence that others feel and trust. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more often you do this work, the more compassion you gain for others, because you understand what it takes to confront these beliefs. You respect the courage required, and this allows you to lead others through their own limitations with empathy, not judgment. And that is true leadership. To not only free yourself, but to create environments where others feel safe to do the same. And this begins here, now, with this breath, with this reflection, with this disciplined choice to become 1% freer, 1% stronger, 1% more aligned with the leader you are becoming. So breathe deep, reflect honestly, rewrite boldly. Act courageously. You are not just building a new belief, you are building a new future. And here's one more truth to anchor deeply. Your limiting beliefs are not you. They are not your essence. They are not your destiny. They are conditioned patterns of thought. They were installed, and anything installed can be uninstalled. Anything learned can be unlearned. Anything accepted can be rechosen. This is the great freedom of being human, the capacity to choose new beliefs, to write a new internal story, to align your inner world with the leader you are called to become. And this is why today's reflection is an act of leadership, not therapy. You are not here to dwell in the past. You are here to lead yourself forward, to take radical ownership of your mindset, to craft it with the same discipline you bring to your body, your craft, your business, your relationships. Because here's the truth, most won't tell you. Leadership at the highest levels is mindset. It is belief, the technical skills level. Out. The opportunities converge. What separates those who rise is their capacity to think at a higher level, to believe at a higher level, to act through limitation faster than others, retreat into it. And this capacity is forged here, in the small, unseen moments where you choose to do the inner work others avoid, where you choose to sit with discomfort, where you choose to rewrite your mental code with courage and clarity. And over time, this work compounds. You become less triggered, more centered, less reactive, more intentional, less controlled by old stories, more guided by conscious vision. And the more you embody this, the more others will feel it. Your presence will change, your energy will stabilize, your leadership will deepen. Because people don't just follow words, they follow energy. And the leader who leads from a clear, aligned inner world transmits an energy of trust, of groundedness, of possibility, and this is the leader you are becoming. One breath, one belief, one reflection stronger every day. So stay with this process. Reflect deeply, question ruthlessly, rewrite boldly, and act through the new belief consistently. Because this is how leadership identity is forged, not in the big moments, but in the daily unseen disciplines that shape who you are becoming. And today, you are becoming 1% freer, 1% stronger, 1% more the leader the world needs. Breathe, lead, rewrite, live. And here's something else you must understand. Limiting beliefs rarely vanish in a single moment. They are like grooves in the mind, etched by repetition, by years of reinforcement. You can't erase the groove in one reflection, but you can stop walking the same path. You can choose a new one. And each time you act through the new belief, you deepen the new groove. You shift the default. This is leadership discipline, the discipline to choose presence over autopilot, to choose courage over fear, to choose alignment over comfort, and to do this not once, but daily. Because leadership is not a declaration, it is a decision, repeated, reinforced, embodied. And this is why today's reflection is so powerful, because it is not an event, it is the beginning of a practice, of conscious belief management, of leading your own mind as fiercely as you lead your actions. And the more you practice this, the more you realize your beliefs are tools, not truths. Tools to be sharpened, upgraded, replaced as needed. The belief that served you 5 years ago may limit you today. The belief that protected you as a child may sabotage you as a leader. And the leader who understands this leads with humility, knowing that inner work is never done. That belief hygiene is as essential as physical hygiene. That mindset maintenance is as critical as strategy. And this humility makes you powerful, because it keeps you learning, it keeps you growing, it keeps you open to evolution. And this is the edge you are building, the edge of adaptive leadership. The ability to update your beliefs as fast as the world demands, to upgrade your identity as fast as your vision expands. Because the world you are called to lead into is changing fast. And static beliefs create fragile leaders. But you are becoming fluid, flexible, anti-fragile. Because you are building the muscle of conscious belief choice. And this will serve you in every domain of life. In your relationships, in your leadership, in your wealth creation, in your personal growth, in your impact. Because the leaders who lead the future are not the ones who cling to old beliefs. They are the ones who curate beliefs like a master, craftsman, choosing only those that serve the highest version of who they are becoming. And this is what you are doing today. One breath at a time, one belief at a time, one leadership layer deeper. So breathe now. Anchor this new belief. See the leader you are becoming. And step forward, 1% stronger. And here is the final truth you must carry forward. Leadership is an inner game first. The greatest strategies, the boldest visions, the sharpest skills will always be limited by the beliefs of the person wielding them. If you do not believe you can, you will not. If you do not believe you deserve it, you will sabotage it. If you do not believe you belong, you will hesitate when it matters most. And this is why this reflection is not a side practice. It is core leadership training. You are not just building external capacity, you are building the internal foundation that will allow that capacity to be expressed fully, and that foundation must be upgraded constantly. As your vision grows, so must your beliefs. The identity that was enough to lead a team of 5 will not be enough to lead a movement of thousands. The beliefs that served you when surviving will not serve you when scaling. The stories that kept you safe will not keep you sovereign. And this is the leader's path, a constant evolution of inner architecture to match the outer impact you are called to create. And that path is walked one breath at a time, one belief at a time, one act of courageous reflection at a time. So today, honor this process, lead it fully. Do not rush it, do not bypass it, sit with it, see it, own it, and then choose anew. And know this, the leader who does this work consistently becomes unstoppable. Not because they never feel fear, but because they know how to lead through it. Not because they never doubt, but because they know how to update the code of their mind. Not because they never fail, but because they know failure is feedback, not identity. And this is who you are becoming. One breath stronger, one belief freer, one leadership layer deeper, every single day. So as you close today's reflection, breathe deep, anchor the new belief. Visualize the leader who acts from this belief. See them walk into the next meeting. See them speak on the next stage. See them build the next vision. And know that leader is you, chosen, created, embodied. Now, lead 1% stronger. And now, as you step back into your day, carry this truth with you. The leader who leads their own beliefs leads their own life. And the leader who leads their life leads others with authenticity, with presence, with power. Most will never do this work. They will chase tactics. They will seek the next strategy. But their inner world will remain unchallenged, and their leadership will be built on sand. But you are building on bedrock. One belief at a time, one reflection at a time, one disciplined act of courage at a time. And this is what separates the few who rise from the many who repeat. The few who create from vision, not from fear. The few who lead from alignment, not from approval. The few who build lives, teams, and legacies that last. And you are becoming one of those few through presence, through breath, through the discipline of daily leadership practice. So as you move forward from today, do not stop at reflection. Act through your new belief. Speak through it. Build through it. Lead through it, because leadership is not built in reflection alone. It is built in courageous, aligned action, and you have trained for this. You have earned this. You are ready. So breathe, stand tall, lead forward. One belief rewritten. One identity strengthened, 1% better forever.